SAFE is our Farmington Hills community organization for the prevention of suicide. And our mission is to change the dialogue on mental health, because suicide really, in and of itself, is the terminal event of a mental illness that goes untreated. And SAFE is the organization whose mission is to change that dialogue so that we get people the help they need and so that they understand there is no stigma. We've had a number of community conversations. Generally, these are held at our Farmington Hills City Hall, and we've covered general awareness of suicide risk. We've covered mental health issues as they relate to the LGBT population. We've talked about substance abuse and mental health and suicide risk. We've also had events where we talked about domestic violence and abusive relationships, mental health risk, and so forth.
SAFE is so important to Common Ground because it provides a conversation to a community about suicide prevention, and suicide education. It allows a platform for those that may not otherwise be able to have the conversation that is life-saving and life-affirming, and it brings people together. It's amazing. We have a 24-hour resource and crisis center, and we have a 24-hour resource and crisis helpline with chat and text availability, so people can reach out at any time, come into our services, seek support, seek resources that are available to them in their community, and we can help them link to care.
The Farmington Youth Assistance mission is directly aligned with Farmington SAFE. We are dedicated to preserving the life of the young people in this community through prevention, through our programming. We receive, most of the students that come to us are coming because they're struggling at home, they're struggling at school, perhaps that they've had some interaction with law enforcement. And so they come to us when we really want to prevent any incidences of juvenile delinquency, which we do through, we have some programming that we do. There's opportunities for them to volunteer. There's opportunities for them to talk in a group counseling session. We have a camp that we run, and so we're just dedicated to preventing any type of mental illness that would escalate ultimately in suicide.
It's really important to actually start the communication of mental health. It's a stigma that we don't really talk about, and this is a great organization that really opens those lines of communication. 1 in 4 Americans struggle with some sort of mental health, and there are ways to deal with this. So what SAFE offers is a home, it offers resources, it offers, as you see here today, a means to know who to go to and where to seek that help.
Farmington Empowered is a student-run anti-bullying group with students from multiple high schools in the district, and our goal is to try and have a better environment in the community for tolerance and non-bullying. So we try and support better attitudes and better behaviors in the schools and out of the schools. So our group, every month we have, at the first Friday of every month, we have a purple out where we try and get as many community members and students as we can to wear purple in support of anti-bullying. And also every year we have a forum where we have different speakers come in and talk to community members, parents and students about what they can do to make the community better and how they should act in different situations.
A story of survival, of surviving this suicide attempt, this 9-story fall, being able to survive is amazing. A journey of recovery. I will never be recovered. I'll always be in recovery, both mentally and physically, for the rest of my life. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with still being in recovery. And the last thing I could think of was a message of acceptance. And to me, that's the most meaningful one. Because I accept the fact that I have a mental health disorder, I accept the fact that my suicide attempt happened, and I accept the fact that there are people just like me who struggle, that may suffer, that need to hear this message, and I accept the challenge to be able to speak up and share my voice so that others know that they're not alone. And I accept the movement of mental health and being a part of that, and the mental health awareness, suicide prevention, I accept being a part of that.
I'm one of the founding members of SAFE. When they started in 2011, I had just finished training at Common Ground for the crisis line. I'm a lifelong Farmington resident, and I lost my brother to suicide, so it was like perfect timing for me to be part of it, so I'm a founding member. Common Ground is a resource that we talk about a lot. Common Ground is it's a wonderful resource for people. You call that number, 1-800-231-1127, and you get connected with so many different resources. Substance abuse, mental health treatment, domestic violence, I mean the list goes on. So Common Ground it's like the first door you go through to get help.
We just hope that people understand what our mission is, which is really focused on reducing the stigma and changing the dialogue. This is a community that cares, and in a community that cares, we can help one person at a time, letting them know they're not alone if they're hurting. There are resources that are available, and we can help them get connected up with those, and that's what SAFE is all about.